Uh, I would just like to pay tribute to a great leader, a world figure. We have strayed the world stage with other great world leaders, President Bush, Chairman Gorbachev, myself. But of course, it's axiomatic that all leaders must eventually, at some time in the long run, finally depart, with the odd, very rare exception.
Monday, I'll handbag Hazeltine. Tuesday, well, I won, didn't I? Wednesday, no, never, I will not. Thursday, out, out, out. Friday, Maggie who? Scrap Saturday.
Tuesday, Paris. Dear Dorothy, I tell boss that Maggie is winged and is sure to go, but he is still besotted. Here's herself. Fair play. She's not letting it show, but I think Heseltine had her.
I wish I had her. She's magnificent. A doughty fighter, spirited, never say die.
But she never knows when to lie down.
Indeed, I think I might be able to change her on that particular issue.
Don't be upsetting yourself, boss. You've only the one change with you.
It's like being with history. I walk tall in her presence. She makes me feel as big as the Eiffel Tower.
Boss, look, you're going to destroy yourself.
And now, comedy with your favorite Stone Age family, the Flynns in Meet the Flintstones.
Yabba dabba do, Wilma. Are the tea and sandwiches ready for Bertie, Robin and me yet?
Nearly porridge, dear.
Remember, you silly woman, don't butter both sides of the bread.
Of course not, dear.
Bertie and me have important business to discuss, don't we?
You bet, Porrick, about this boss of ours.
Are you boys hatching some plot against him again?
Sorry, Bertie, did you hear funny squeaking noises? Was it the door creaking, or is it Wilma interfering in men's business again?
Sorry, Fred, I forgot myself.
That's all right, love. Go and breastfeed some of the children, won't you? Well, Bertie, what did you say?
Well, Porrick, as you know, our boss is a great boss. I respect him a lot.
Oh, so do I. Wilma!
But I guess really you or me should be in charge.
I couldn't agree more.
Yes, dear?
How would you like to be the boss's wife, Wilma?
But he has his own wife, dear.
No, I meant if I was the boss.
But you are the boss, dear. You're my boss, and you always will be.
What do you think of that, Bertie?
Oh, gee, Porrick, I'm impressed. You're a born leader.
Born of my mother. She was doing proper woman's work.
Can I have another baby with you, Porrick?
Of course you can, Wilma, but you'll have to wait. I have to screw the boss first. Yo, baby, this is MN on SGFM, your TD DJ, morning, noon and night, and we all know which you love most, noonin. I'm afraid there wasn't much love in Leinster House this week. There's a lot of the old bang, bang, bang on the door. But your man was locked up in the room and he wouldn't come out. In fact, the last bang we heard was him putting the pistol to his own head. You know, a week is a long time in politics, but for Al, 3 years was long enough. Too long. Poor old Al. Al got so out of fashion with us, we started calling him the Tallaght Square. There was a lot of old guff about putting the country first and being modern and social democratic and all of that. But Al doesn't understand the game at all. We in Fine Gael have asked you, what has this country ever done for Fine Gael? Ye put poor Ashling Curry into third place. You can't expect us to put ye first. Not now. That's the end of the old social democracy caper. Of course, now FG is on the lookout for a shining new star. Well, I saw the light reflecting off my head the other night and thought, well, you wouldn't get anyone to shine brighter than myself. But I'd say it could be another senior front bencher this time. We're united on this, both senior and junior members. No more Mr. Nice Guy. From now on, it's loyalty to the party and loyalty to the leader of the day. depending on who the leader is that day.
You've all failed me. A simple thing like getting a president elected, I'm let down. I'm trying to get on with the business of striding the world stage, and you gobshites can't get our candidate into a shaggin' period des res near Castleknock.
Don't worry, boss. It doesn't matter, sir. You're still flying around the place, sir. You were still able to get to Rome for the summit last week in the middle of it all. I mean, remember all the security men, the carabinieri?
Yeah, and a motorcycle escort.
Oh, Jesus, there must have been 100 if there was one. It was like the Isle of Man TT with the motorbikes that was in it. And the Polizia. Remember all the lads off the front of the Galliano bottles with the fancy dress hats on them and the coloured ribbons across their tits?
Yeah. There was that, of course. Better than the F and FCA with the same old green tat and the Alpha Bargains berries and the white webbing. Not, of course, that I have anything other than the greatest respect for the army. After all, my father was an officer. I myself was an officer.
It's me, boss. You don't have to tell me that stuff. Sure, I've no tape recorder. No, I'm sorry, Donald. That wasn't funny, boss. No, I'm only saying you'll always have the knockers and the big grudges, but we're above that. A European. Just imagine a Joey's boy hobnobbing with the best of them around the 7 hills of Rome.
And why not? After all, many of my people are of Italian extraction. It's not perhaps widely known that one of my ancestors was, in fact, Julius Caesar, and Garibaldi was a distant relative on my mother's side. I am 17th in line to the Doge of Venice, and my great-great-granduncle was a Medici, hence my great interest and patronage of the arts. I myself have a very fine collection of paintings and sculptures of myself. Many's the night as a young fella I would bang out a tarantella on the old mandolin with relatives in Lombardy and Tuscany, and Dean Martin was my best man. Aldo Haughey lived in Taormina, where he was the credit enforcer for a local firm, and I also have a couple of cousins who run an insurance business in Palermo. Great sportsmen, their reputations as marksmen with the Lupara, the local favoured shotgun, being mere legendary, though Carlo, the elder lad, had a preference for cheese wire. So as anyone who knows me will confirm, Sicilian blood is very much in my veins. Europe, my Europe. This is Koholo Yoki for 88 FM.
Molto bene, boss. Now, don't forget tonight's appointment for Chicken in the Rough at Bowango's Disco for the Drumnadreary Corla Doyle counter.
How can I soar like an eagle when I'm surrounded by turkeys?
I know, boss.
Unbelievable, yeah. It really is a wonderful exhibition.
Yes, Mike, and a very important one.
Of course, yeah. Now, that piece there is very striking, yeah, isn't it? Though a tad abstract, perhaps, would you say?
That's a fire extinguisher, Mike.
Wonderful, yeah. What's the title?
No, Mike, it's a fire extinguisher hanging on the wall.
Fire extinguisher hanging on the wall, indeed. The title is so evocative, isn't it, really? So redolent of a post-neo, ultra-crazy...
Mike, it just happens to be hanging there.
Oh, naturellement, yeah. It could just as easily be stood on the ground or on a table, but the artist chose to hang it. Symbolic, perhaps, of hanging to our lives by a thread, do you think? Death by fire and all of that?
No, Mike, it's only there to put out fire.
Highly symbolic, I agree. Putting out fires, a sign of purification. That striking red motif, the cold, steely texture, and that hose effect, a phallic metaphor, of course. We is the artist.
The fire brigade, Mike. Now, if you'll just come over here, I'd like to have a
So
look at
the boys in the helmets, well, fair dues to them, that's what I say. They all got together, put their hearts and souls into it, and came up with this delightful exhibit.
It's not an exhibit, Mike.
Yeah,
No,
not an exhibit. Extraordinary, yeah, well, just because they are firemen, perhaps? Disgraceful snobbery on the part of the organisers, I should have thought. In any other country of the world, that would be a winning award. If we had even...
No, Mike, the point is, it's not art.
Not art, indeed.
No.
Not at all.
No, I'm afraid not. It's just a fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
For use in the event of a fire. It has nothing to do with the exhibition at all.
Well, there you are, then, the incredible story of the fire extinguisher that everyone was fooled into thinking was part of that extraordinary exhibition of new Irish art, and caused a huge furore on the local art scene indeed. You know, strangely enough now, I did a little documentary on the fire brigade a few years ago, a sort of PR thing, and
And there was this charming fellow there.
Shop in Queensworth this week, where you'll get all you need for the Gulf War. Gas masks, the kids will love them, for just $2.99. I Was a Baghdad Hostage t-shirt, only $5.99. Frighten your friends with real-life masks of Saddam Hussein for just $3.99. And of course, with every £20 worth of Goodman beef purchase, you get a Gulf War wall chart absolutely free. And don't forget, your full-colour map of the war zone with columns for you to fill in the dead. Disposable body bags and yellow-packed toy soldiers swimming in their own blood. Enjoy the Gulf War to the full in the comfort of your own home. Slaughter on TV? Try the Gulf War. Now that's real value.
Dear Mom, our outfit landed today. As we approached the landing, I looked out at scenes I never thought I'd ever see. A real desert below. Houses derelict and bomb sites everywhere. The people look haunted and savage. A grim place for sure. This is truly a hell. Yes, Mom, we've landed in Shannon.
Shannon, supply line to the superpowers. Soon the Top Guns will be landing to trim their wicks in this last outpost of godliness. These new fellow travelers will find lots to interest them in Shannon, and we hope they'll find lots to purchase and enjoy in Shannon's famous duty-free. Remember, boys, there's no booze where you're going, so get it while you can, and it's super hard to beat rates. Now, while the Mighty Migs and F-16s are caressing Shannon's shimmering style, we are proud to offer you an all-in tour of their Wonderbird. Have a go at the ejector seat, tickle the underbelly of an F-111, or try scutting off the back of a Galaxy transport as it taxis for takeoff. And while the boys are refueling, why not hold a hose for Uncle Sam, if you think they can handle it. Let's do all our bit for the war effort and make us proud to be Shannon-siders. And remember, when you see those bombs rain down on Baghdad, you can say, I did my bit. Shannon, we get you to the war on time.
And further consternation this week when it was revealed that refugees have been fleeing in great numbers from border villages in Saudi Arabia. Many villages lie completely deserted as locals face further escalation of the Gulf conflict and the latest appalling horror to arrive.
General Colin Powell,
I'm sorry, I've no information on that at this time. Now, if you turn to these maps, sir, you'll see these little dots. Those represent our planes. Now, we don't have any dots for Saddam's Air Force because the little sneaks hidden them all away and we can't find them. But if you look here, we have dots for the Iraqi pieces of cardboard. Not many of them left, let me tell you. We've destroyed almost all of Saddam's pieces of cardboard. Yep. We poured about 50,000 tons of high-tech explosive down there, and as you can see, no more cardboard. Now, this whole area over here on the map, you'll notice, several traffic lights in this area have been taken out through surgical strikes by our boys. Quite a few, in fact, and they're causing havoc on the corner of Hussein Street and Hussein Avenue, right in the heart of Baghdad. That will bring Saddam to his knees. Just wait and see.
General, how accurate is your information?
Finally, at this briefing, I wish to answer those in the media who complain about inaccurate information from the Pentagon. I just want to say, we are giving you the best inaccurate information available. You're getting it 24 hours a day, and you get it fast. Remember, Saddam's inaccurate information is much slower, it's inferior, and much less detailed. Now, that is the end of the briefing.
CNN here, sir.
I will now fail to answer any questions you may have.
And now, fun and laughter with our Stone Age family and friends in the Flintstones.
Hiya, Porrick. Getting some building work done?
Oh, yes, indeed, Bertie. Lots of people going on this week about housing waiting lists. Well, I'm helping myself. Just look at this old place. The infrastructure's terrible, and the place is falling down around our ears. Something had to be done, and as you know, no better man than me to do it. So, of course, I leapt into action to get the necessary building done.
Hey, good idea, Porrick. So how's it going?
Wait now, and I'll tell you.
Wilma,
Yes, dear.
are you finished with that roof yet?
Nearly, dear.
God, will you look at her? Still not finished the roof, and all the rest of the work to be done. You're a desperate,
Slow woman, you know that. When are you going to put in the double glazing, paint the house, and change the fireplace?
I'll try not to take too long, dear, I promise.
Well, come down now and make some tea and sandwiches for Beth and me, will you?
Right
Hey, Forex, woman's falling off the roof.
I suppose that means I'll have to make my own tea and sandwiches.
And now, Collins of Arabia.
Firstly, let me say that neutrality is a very important part of our policy. There are two sides to this whole issue, my good side and my not so good side, and I appeal to the photographers to take my good side. On the one hand, of course, we're appalled at King Hussein's invasion of Kuwait, now the whole escalation with the Scud missiles, but at the same time, we don't shag all chance of Larry getting his beef money back, and of course we'd have to pick up the tab and export credit insurance, and that's something we can't afford with times so hard and national debt so high, and Charles Haughey's new office is still to be paid for. Of course, having said that, Iraq must realise that we are a member of the EC, we are Europeans and committed to the give and take of Europe. We take the CAP and the farm subsidies and the structural fund and the free trips to Brussels and the big exit, and we give them stuff in exchange. So they've also, of course, taken Ray McSharry out of the picture for a while. Now they'll only hang on to him till Fianna Fáil has chosen its next leader, whoever that might be. So that's why we have decided to allow the Americans to land at Shannon, though I hope now they're not going to turn Limerick into another Philippines or whatever. Limerick is a very important place, especially West Limerick.
And now, more fun and frolics as we go back to the Stone Age and join the Flynn family in Meet the Flintstones.
Yabba dabba doo, I've had a hard week in the dial. Oh, Wilma, get back in the kitchen and get some newfound interest in your family.
Yes, dear, but I was thinking of starting a career, maybe doing a night course, getting out and doing something productive in the world.
Are a woman, dear, have you gone mad? Sure, aren't you productive enough? Don't you produce babies?
Well, what about some shoes?
Didn't I tell you already I want you barefoot and pregnant?
Oh, look, here comes Bertie Rubbles. I'll get it.
Barefoot and pregnant by the sink. Get back. I'll get the door for Bertie. What's new, Bertie? Shall we go bowling tonight?
Not tonight, Fred. Tonight you'll have to go apologizing.
Must have been something I said.
Guess so, Fred.
Loose talk about considering his position blows over. Boss gave likely troublemakers that laxative look. Sadness comes to the surface at the end of the day.
Night, Taoiseach, sir.
Good night, Taoiseach.
Right, Harry, conceal you with all haste.
No. Let's go for a nightcap.
Oh, where to, lads?
Where to?
A new driver, boss. Bring us to Rick's Cafe, driver.
Good evening, Monsieur. Good evening, Monsieur Marin. And this is...
A new branch escort.
Of course. I'm sorry, Monsieur, but I regret. Please leave the Uzi behind the bar. Monsieur Rick would insist.
Josie says. Come on, let's cheer up. That's nice, PJ. The old bar on the piano. What's that you're playing, PJ?
Nothing, boss. Nothing at all.
You know what I want to hear. Play it, PJ.
I know, boss.
You played it for her, and you can play it for me. Play it.
Okay, here we go. Ah, yes.
Of all the prime ministers in all the cabinets in the world, I had to run up against her. We had the teapot.
Yeah, the hunger strikers.
Extradition.
Father Ryan.
The Falklands.
Ah, yes. Oh, and that great Wolf Tones record. Las Islas Malvinas, Argentina. Lovely.
Rise and follow, Maggie. Oh, well.
Didum.
We'll always have parents.
Indeed.
Of all the bars and all the gin joints in the whole world, Morgan was in all of them. And the pulling neckline is getting worse as time goes by. It doesn't take much to see Onro, just be careful you step over him. And it doesn't take much to see that Jerry Stemridge don't amount to a hill of beans, but his flatulence sure does. Jen Turner is directed for OTE, maybe not today or tomorrow, but never. Last night Morgan and Stemridge pretended to write the scripts, and for your sake, I let them. Scrap Saturday from Q Productions for OTE.